What is up, YouTube? It is the Troll King. I'm alive, which isn't news to anyone because the only people that subscribe to my channel are friends and family anyways, so you already know that I'm alive. Let me see if I can block this light behind me. Okay, there we go. I got a long video coming out, dialogue heavy, that you may or may not watch. I'm probably going to record it maybe tomorrow. Prep, end the show, and a little after the show, I got a little moody. Things went a little dark for a little bit in various ways, which I will explain. I'm not going to bog this video down with it because this is a happy video. Because people, we are in the off season. Well, we don't like the word off season. We like progress season, which is what we're doing thus far. Eating a lot. And we are about to prepare meal 4. Meal 4 is 250 grams of red meat. It was steak initially. I changed it to bison because I digest ground bison a little better. Just one of the many various things that just make me not an effective man is that I actually don't digest steak very well. I was having to spend quite a bit on some digestive aids to make sure I wasn't shitting myself eating steak. So I do better with the bison. So it's 250 grams of bison and 200 grams of sweet potato. And one thing that's been a little weird, I am normally, in my day-to-day life, or had normally been, a salty, savory guy. Like, I was not much for sweets. That was just how I lived my life. But in prep, it's pretty common, happens to a lot of people. I started to get a lot of sweets cravings. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Maybe you're just super flat, you're low on glycogen, and you want sugary carbs. But the interesting thing about this time is I've come out of prep. I'm over a month out away from the show. Over a month, almost 2 months. And the sweets cravings has not stopped. So luckily I don't have a fear of artificial sweeteners, and we're in the off season, so I don't have to, lie to my coach or, well, I'm not having artificial sweeteners. I didn't do that, coach, if you're watching. I'm just saying now I don't have to for sure because I can just have them. So you'll see, I'll use a little stevia, and even when I was not having artificial sweeteners, I use a lot of cinnamon because it makes things taste pretty sweet, and it's not a sweetener per se. It's actually incredibly healthy for you. It has a lot of good health benefits, old cinnamon. But what I'm going to do with the sweet potato is something I saw in a Will Tennyson video that I thought looked really cool. I'm going to make waffles, sweet potato waffles, and I'm trying to decide, but what I think I want to do is make the waffles with a little bit of body to them because I want to use them as a hamburger bun. Make a bison burger. That's what I think I want to do. So, anyways, I have big old sweet potato. I'm going to wash it, I'm going to peel it, and then I'm going to grate it with a little cheese grater. And then we'll get into the mixing process. Stay with me. Alright guys, I'm back. So what we got here is 252 grams of bison that I formed into a patty. I am an American, so I measure my protein cooked normally. So normally I would cook all the bison that I have, measure out 250 gram portions of cooked bison, and that'll be what I do. Now, there seems to be some debate about the correct method. I mostly see European competitors, but I see some American competitors measure their protein raw. I guess they're in the understanding being that, that no matter what, like, it's 250 either way. If you cook it, it's still that same amount of nutrients. But by my thinking, if it's 250 grams, and I cook and it loses a bunch of weight, then it's not 250 grams. I don't know, whatever. As I understand it, the most moderate voices in the sport and industry say it kind of doesn't matter, just whatever you're doing, make it consistent. If I'm just happen to be overeating on protein every meal, well, fuck it. So anyways, I raw measured 250, which is not what I would normally do because I have to use 2 egg whites, or 2 eggs worth of egg whites and a whole egg in my mix for my sweet potatoes, so I know I'm going to make up a little bit of protein of whatever I lose. And if I have a little extra, who gives a shit? So we got, get it in the camera, 200 grams of grated sweet potato. And one thing you need to do with potato in general, sweet potato, regular potato, yada, 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 you have to, they'll say dab. You need to straight up just press the fuck out of it. You need to try to get every ounce of moisture that you can get out of those potatoes. I don't mean, hope I'm not making anyone dizzy. It's just every time I look into the camera, I can see like glare of lights. But yeah, anytime you're doing anything baking wise, baking adjacent, or anything like that, you want your food to be moist, but any moisture you use in the cooking is like the enemy. It's really weird. I'm not sure how that, I don't know. But anyways, and if you've ever tried to make hash browns or anything, they always turn out kind of shitty or weird, or you can't get them crispy. It's because you didn't get all the moisture out. It's a big thing if you want them crispy hash browns. And I don't necessarily want crispy waffles, but what I meant when I said I want waffles with a little body, it's not so much just the volume of them, so much as I want them to be a little sturdier, a little better cooked, because I'm using them as a bun. I've made the decision. That's what's going to happen. But so anyways, this is a thicker patty. So what I'm going to want to do is go ahead and get it cooked, because it's going to need to rest for a while. Then I'll mix up my batter and put it in the waffle maker. And he had an actual waffle maker, Will Tennyson, in his video. So it's just a little automatic timer. This is really, it's a Cuisinart little 5-in-1 griddler. We used it because it has a panini press, and I made Cubanos for Thanksgiving one year because I think I've gone over it. I fucking hate turkey, so I try to find different things I can do on Thanksgiving that are fun. By the way, I'm not a negligent father, in case you're wondering. My son is taking a nap. I've got the monitor right here, so by the time I'm finished with this video, he'll probably be up, and you'll see my method for being able to still do things in the kitchen while you have a baby in the room. But so what I'm going to do first is cook this patty. I don't necessarily think I need to film that part. I got a skillet. It's an electric stove. I usually put it to about 9. I get a good sear on both sides, and then I put on a lid and let it go for a couple minutes. I act almost like a grill or an oven, more like it, to trap in some of that heat and get the inside cooked a little more. Little medium's not bad, so I'll get that cooked. And once that's resting, we'll start the mix and try to get our waffles going. Okay, so we have got, let's see. Alright guys, what we got? Bison burger, done, resting. Use paper towel, bib, leash, baby wipes, empty bang, JBL speed. I'm just kidding. Anyways, so cinnamon, Hershey's unsweetened cocoa, little butter stevia focus, maple, 0-calorie liquid sweetener. That stuff is super strong, so we're only going to have a little bit. Stevia sweetener, like it sweet. And 1/3 of a cup of egg whites, which equals 2 large eggs, and a whole egg. So we're going to do our best to mix this on up. That poured in. A little bit of cinnamon, / a lot of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. A little bit, and if you put like unsweetened cocoa into random stuff, understand it is going to be very bitter because it's unsweetened. So, not telling you anything you don't know or shouldn't know. A little bit of this. I had packets that I'd gotten from Costco, but it took up a little space in the pantry, so the wife yelled at me about it. About 4 to 5 quick little droplets of that. And then we mix. It's all moving around. And I got my griddle heating up to 350. Because that's kind of the neutral temperature that I go with. Like if I don't actually know what a thing is supposed to be cooked at, I go with 350. And just like I said, I won't have a timer on here because it's not a legit waffle maker. But I guess I'll just leave it in there for 4 to 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 6. Check it and see what's what. That freaking smells good. Alright. That's what we're looking like. Camera, there we go. It is preheated, I believe. I believe that's what the green light means. So it's gonna be difficult to do one-handed. Let's see if I can set this in a spot. So unprofessional. Normally my wife is my camera person, but she at work. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to spray this thing down. So let me spray the other side. Hopefully, I don't suffer for that. Oh wait, has it been... Oh yeah. Slide this over. Ha ha. I feel pretty good about that, personally. Couldn't get all of it though. So, what are you gonna do? Alright. Do my absolute damnedest to get this to where it's not gonna super spill out the sides. Alright. My first time trying this, so if it doesn't work, I won't have anything to report because this will never see the internet if it doesn't work. You saw correctly. Maple pecan syrup and a tomato. Sweet and savory. This is just, I don't know, man. This is like a prep meal. My taste buds are all over the fucking place right now. Not really. They're in one place. Sweets. But I'm not gonna just sit here and pick out on candy. Although I do eat Reese's cups as part of the plan, which I will explain in another video. Just eating little bits here. So yeah, they don't look pretty. But the video I saw, you know, they were a little more, they were eaten as actual waffles, not as a hamburger bun. So, let's see if I can get a bite here. This is substantial. That's good. These are a little softer than I wanted. Actually, they're a lot softer than I wanted. But it's almost like a big fat beefy McGriddle. But yeah, guys, that is my sweet potato waffle bison burger video. My first one back in the saddle. So if it sucks, I'm sorry. I'm recording this myself because the wife's at work. I'm kind of surprised my son napped this whole time. It's pretty cool of him. He normally doesn't do that. But yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot more of these coming up because they are really fun to do, and I have missed it. So I will see you on the next one. So we'll record a little more here. Just full disclosure, after that first bite, yeah, they were just a little too soft for what I wanted to use them for. They were still really delicious and they were fully cooked. So, I don't know. I want to try it again because it was really delicious. Potential problem, I just had made them a little too thick. So I don't know if the answer would have been to just leave them in the griddle longer, because I don't know if that would have done what it can do, which is burn the outsides. On the inside, you know, just barely getting cooked. But so I got them off that thing. Definitely one of the big mistakes was not spraying that thing down. That was an amateur mistake. Always spray down your waffle maker. I will know moving forward. And so they felt a little soft, so I put them in the microwave for like a minute afterwards. Like I said, they were cooked. They're just a little soft, and I thought it was going to be like and honestly, if my patty wasn't quite so thick, might not have been as much of an issue. Then it, you know, could have been, like I said, on a griddle. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe next time I just make it into two. Like I'll split it and make 4 waffles so I can have 2 burgers and make my burgers smaller. Honestly, now that I'm saying it, I think that is probably the answer. But I don't know that. Maybe I'll do it if it works out well. I'll do another video on it. But I don't know. I've missed doing these, and this seemed really fun. Like I said, this is meal 4. I have 7 meals a day. I'll go over it in a little more detail, but I'm loving where we're at. Protein is super high, which is, you'll see a lot of people, I keep looking over at the monitor just to make sure. He's been asleep for a while. He's moving. He's alive. He's shuffling. He's cuddling with his little Batman teddy bear, which is the most fucking adorable thing ever. God, my son is adorable. Yeah, protein's high, which is, a lot of people say is not necessary. Scientifically, they are correct. It's, especially when you're eating a lot of carbohydrates in a progress season mode, because carbohydrates are protein sparing, so they don't need that much. Proteins are very, very satiating, and it takes your body a lot to digest them, but because they are so satiating is exactly why I have a lot of carb or protein in my plan. Is we upped the carbs and fats where they are. Fats are not, I guess you wouldn't say high fats, but there's a lot of fats, more than there has been in a while, which I'm loving. I really am reacting well to it. I feel very powerful in the gym. I have a lot more energy. Fats are so super necessary for things. Like, I've been doing a lot of reading since the show, and me and Corey, my coach Curtis, whenever it comes time for my next prep, because I'll be competing again in May, I got some ideas. I want him and I to put our heads together. Really, really excited. You're going to love the Troll King 3.0. It's going to be a totally different beast. But we had upped the carbs and fats to where they are now, which I'll go, again, more in detail on a different video. But I was still getting hungry. Like, I don't have a problem eating. That has never been Michael's problem. I can eat, I'll put it away, and I'll get hungry. Unless, a big problem I had in South Carolina was the humidity. If I get hot and it's real humid, my appetite kind of goes to shit. But up in Minnesota, granted the past couple weeks got a little humid, it was fucking, like, I thought I just moved away from this. But up in Minnesota, I don't normally have that problem. So my appetite has been amping back up to my regular kind of appetite. So I just came to him. It's one of the questions he asks in his check-in things is, how's hunger, how's cravings? And so I would just say, like, hey, my appetite had caught up. Great, I'm hungry for every meal. Hungry between meals. I'm hungry like 30 minutes after eating. So we upped the protein to where it is, specifically to be more satiating. It's, it's not hardcore killing my wallet, although it is pretty pricey. And one of the main things that we're doing this progress season that we hadn't done a lot in the past that I'm loving, we had talked about it, as Martin Fitzwater, another pro bodybuilder, had talked about it that I liked a lot, is we're using more powder. Because it's a great way to get in the protein and get in more calories, but not hardcore just distend my gut, which is just something I don't need. Because we're going pretty full ahead in Classic, just kind of focusing our efforts there. And Classic is something that I don't know that I'm going to be super successful in long term, but why not try? I naturally, my bone structure is very thick, so I'm never going to have a nice tight little waist, so I really got to build up my back to counter that. But anyways, this is all stuff I can go into in another video. So anyways, that's meal 4, and meal 5 is going to be delicious. Maybe I'll do another video on one of those at some point, just the other meals, because they are a little different, so it's not just the same crap over and over. But yeah, I just wanted to come clean. I didn't eat that fully as a burger. I did just take the patty and eat it with a tomato. It was delicious. And ate the waffles as such. And now it looks like my son's waking up, so I gotta go.